We had a great inaugural speech from our MLA, Najeeb Kanthapuram. So before I go to my prepared speech, I thought to share some story or experience that what led us to be here today. So almost maybe a year or so back, Najeeb visited us in US, in Texas. So I heard of him, but I never met him before. So some of the community members told me that you should go and meet Najeeb. And I took a long road trip to meet him. And we had a conversation, I don't know, from 7 p.m. and lasted till midnight. Passionate discussion about the future of Kerala, the challenges that we have, and his vision and dreams. A lot of really deep conversations. This is the first time I have had an opportunity to have a conversation. I love people with the deep insights. And we came into some agreements. And one of that was the true revival of India and Kerala is actually in two different fronts. The first one is in education, and second one is in entrepreneurship. And if you have these two pillars strong, rest will come into place. Now, and I deeply believe in that mission. As a person who's been there in the US for a pretty long time and very much involved in communities, and I can testify to that. Now, take that story to Kerala, what Najeeb is doing in both fronts, in education sector and in entrepreneurship. And I have not seen anyone else in his role in the community, in the society is doing it. Right? And somebody told me, I don't know who told me that. I think Siddiq MLA told me. I can recollect Najeeb, but everyone is so jealous of this new MLA, the impact he had, not just for Malabar, for the whole Kerala. So that's true leadership. That is visionary. And that conversation did not end there. We had a meeting in Flora, but in Cochin last year. And some of the people here, they joined for a strategy meeting. That strategy meeting is not how to make money or do development or business or anything. That was a true concern for Kerala. What we can do together. Two topics centered around the core of the theme were again entrepreneurship and education. Najeeb was there, along with some of Sharif Fayaz was there, Yasir. Many people in this audience, they attended that. And that discussion also lasted pretty long. And we agreed from the US team, we agreed to have a setup that Malayalis in America come together and form an institution that can really help our young entrepreneurs, our community in Kerala, and build that bridge with the US and Kerala. And that developing on that, right, then I came to meet the team behind ScaleUp, Nadeem and Jasil and Naeem and an army of unbelievable team that I have never seen. Give it up to them, guys. The strength of Najeeb is the team behind him. So I met them, I saw the passion in them, and that's actually drove us to come up with something like this. That's actually truly brought us here in Dubai today. And we have a solid team from US visiting us. Now I'll go back to what I thought to share with the audience. I want to share something that is close to my heart, and hopefully you could potentially resonate with the story. Almost 2,000 years back, on the southwest corner of India, there was a city called Muziris. Before there was a Singapore, before there was Dubai, there was Muziris. It was a vibrant international hub for trade and culture. Merchants from Arabia, China, Rome, Africa, they all sailed to that place. They came not only to exchange spices and gems and trade, they also came to share the knowledge, beliefs, language, and culture. It was part of what we now call the Silk Road of the Sea, a real example of how trust and exchange between people from different cultures can build more than wealth. It can build civilizations. This historic part, located in what is today's Kudungalur in Kerala, was one of the busiest hub for trade in the world for almost 2,000 years. But around 1350 or so, a massive flood or some natural disaster wiped it off the map. But even though the port was lost, the spirit of Muziris, that spirit of global connection and trade lives on. And then Najeeb touched upon his speech, how many passport holders from Kerala, you could see Malayali all over the world, making an impact in some shape or form. That same spirit inspired us to build the US Muziris Chamber of Commerce. It is a business platform. It is a network. But more than anything else, I believe it's a movement. A movement built on simple belief. When people come together with a trust, purpose, and a shared vision, they can shape the future. Not just for themselves, but the communities and for the world. Now, why did we name this effort Muziris? Because Muziris reminded us that trade was never about money. It was always about relationships. True wealth is actually not the money. True wealth is the number of connections you have. Business is not about closing deals. Business is about building trust. And progress doesn't happen in isolation. Najeeb told us yesterday, you are together, you can go really far. So the progress is actually thrives on inclusion and collaboration. And when all the right pieces come together, something extraordinary can happen. Not just business, but the entire civilizations can rise from it. We may not be building the ships and port back in the old days, but we are building something as powerful. We are connecting people, creating platforms, and unlocking possibilities across the borders. Startups and business that have the potential to change not just our future, but the trajectory of human progress itself. Now, just like what ScaleUp is trying to do, we share a lot of mission in common, and we truly honor and respect this great partnership. We support startups through the mentorship, market access, and funding opportunities. Being in US, we have that unique position, not only help entrepreneurs from US, but from Kerala and other part of the world. We hope to facilitate cross-border investments, and we intend to help Kerala and GCC-based business expand into US market and also help investors to seek opportunities through investment visa and so on in US. We really wanted to empower our children, our youth, to seriously look into entrepreneurship and really show them the way that that's a better path than anything else. And most importantly, I think this is a key, we build trust, the true foundation for everything that we do. If you don't have that, I think it's not going to last for long. So how can you, each one of you, can be part of this? We have people from US, China, I was told that people from Europe, the GCC, Kerala, many folks are here. You don't have to be from US to be part of US Muziris Chamber of Commerce. You just need to believe that the business can make an impact. The communities can drive growth. And the trust is still the most valuable currency in the world. Whether you want to mentor, invest, launch, or partner, or simply wanted to be a supporter of the mission, there is a place in you in this journey. Let's bring back Muziris, not as a forgotten place in history, but as a living idea. Let's build something extraordinary together. Thank you so much. And I would like to welcome Aslam to share a few thoughts about how, in his perspective about Muziris. Thank you.